specifically needs to change in the juvenile justice system to stop this? It's already illegal for teens to carry handguns. It's not stopping them. So what specifically needs to change?
Well, I would say this. I think, first of all, things need to change at home. To rely on a government agency like the court, they have limited options. But let me tell you what, every one of those juveniles has somebody at home who's responsible for their well-being. They were all out all night, including a 12-year-old female. And my question is where are the people who are in charge of their supervision?
When I say they're not addressing the real problem, these are examples. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there will be a link in the description box. And if you like my channel, like the content and what I do here, you can support me with the links in the description box. Everything is appreciated. But let's talk about this. Now, if you watch me or you watch my videos in the past, I talk a lot about, especially when it comes to gun control, I talk about how they're ignoring the real problem. I've come across a couple of stories that I want to discuss that are clear examples of ignoring the real issue. I'm going to start. There's one story is out of Connecticut, and the other one's out of Ohio. But Hartford, around August 7th, there was a double shooting, and they picked up one of the people involved in the actual event. And I want to go ahead and play this video for you. I chopped it up a little bit once again for time, because I could go on forever with this subject, but for your sake, I'm not going to do that. But let's go ahead and watch this video for context.
Now to the aftermath from a violent weekend in the city of Hartford. The suspect in one of two deadly shootings in Hartford Sunday is now facing a murder charge.
Yes, good afternoon, Kevin. Chan Williams Bay is accused of killing a 24-year-old man and seriously wounding another. And it all occurred while he was out on bond for other charges. Prosecutors say since 2019, Williams Bay has been arrested 8 times. Varying amounts of bond were set for each alleged crime for a total of $805,000. It's the list of prior crimes, though, that had the mayor expressing frustration Sunday.
I'm angry that this person was not in jail. I'm angry that this person was out in the community and was able to continue to commit acts of violence that take people's lives and that traumatize a community.
Heard that and you saw that. Do you not... The person who committed this murder was out on bail for another murder. Now they decide, oh, you know, maybe we shouldn't let this guy out on bail. You shouldn't have done that in the first damn place. Because here's this guy convicted or alleged to have killed another person that you let out on bail that got hold of a firearm and went out and killed someone else. This is the situations where I say they are ignoring the real problem. The justice system does not hold accountable those who commit crimes. I'm gonna come over again, and this next story here out of Ohio is along the same vein, but it presents another angle to responsibility and accountability. So I'm gonna bring you over to here, and what happened here, it was East Cleveland, Ohio. Teenagers between the ages of 12 and 16, after assaulting a man in the parking lot of a gas station, then pulled out guns and started opening fire on whom we don't know, because we can't see a clear target in the video. But they started shooting down the road that where the gas station was located. When the police caught up with them, they fled the scene, and when the police caught up with them, they were hiding in what appeared to be an occupied house. They broke into the house and ran down to the basement. Somebody called police and said, there's something going on at this house. Police showed up, found most of them down there, armed to the teeth. 12 and 16-year-olds, armed to the teeth. So everybody got arrested, ended up being held. Nothing has really been said beyond that. But I want to play a video here just for context. Once again, do context, and I'll come back and we're going to discuss it. So let's watch this.
This is a slow motion that demonstrates the chaos that occurred. Again, the individual is doing nothing but sitting next to a gas station minding his own business.
Is there any indication the attackers knew him or had?
We don't have any evidence of that at this point. You will see an individual pull an AR-15 out of his pants about this point in the gray shirt, and we're trying to determine his identity. But he was certainly one of the lead individuals involved in the beating. He places the gun on the ground. He's slammed by the guy in the green shorts. That individual in the beige sweatshirt is also unknown. Both those individuals left in the same car. The man is lucky to be alive. And you can see him simply asking why as he holds his hands up. And then 2 minutes later, we see the shootings down St. Clair Avenue, and it's by the grace of God, no one was injured. The individual in the green shorts puts a mask on his face. Clearly, he now has a mask on, clearly aware of what he was about to do. There's the individual with the AR-15 who remains unknown.
You said green shorts, not charged in a separate homicide?
Correct.
Those are the fluorescent green shorts?
Yes.
With the mask.
You will now see him run toward St. Clair Avenue, and we believe discharge his handgun 18 times. Again, there goes a public bus down St. Clair. Again, thankfully, no one was injured. While he was shooting, here's the individual shooting in the parking lot right behind him, including the individual with the gray with the AR-15, including the individual on the beige in the car by the pump who begins to fire multiple times outside the window of that stolen car.
There's at least 3 guns.
At least, actually, I think we have 4 or 5. Obviously, this investigation continues since it just happened yesterday morning at about 12:30.
You heard that and you saw that. Now, the district attorney hinted at gun control in a very subtle way.
One of my fundamental duties as Cuyahoga County prosecutor is to provide safety and enrich the lives of our residents and visitors. This is becoming an increasingly difficult task. This city, this county, and quite frankly, this state is becoming saturated with guns. The state legislature has made the accessibility and the availability of guns with their continuation of liberalizing gun laws to the point where you don't even have to be licensed to carry one, an added hurdle in our effort to keep the residents of Cleveland and Cuyahoga County safe.
And the police chief comes out and says, I am against mass incarcerations.
In the process of going through the home and securing the home, they arrested all those juveniles inside the home, confiscated 2 weapons we believe is going to be involved in other issues. One of the individuals was wanted for murder, which the prosecutor O'Malley talked about. So we're talking about some very violent individuals. I'm not a proponent of mass incarceration. Let's get that clear. I am not. But I am a proponent of keeping our neighborhoods safe. And if that means putting juveniles, that's the key, violent juveniles behind bars to make our neighborhood safe, then I'm a proponent for that.
But yet, he's not holding these children accountable for their behavior. And I would go even further to say they need to go and visit the parents' house and say, what the hell is going on here and what are you raising? 12 and 16-year-olds out at, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, beating on people randomly, armed to the teeth, and shooting guns. We have gun control laws that cover all this. All of what they were doing. We have gun control laws for everything that they did nefariously with a firearm, yet here they are doing it anyway. And what is going to be the answer? In both these situations, what are these governors going to say? Or what are these people going to say? What did the anti-gun crowd say? We need more gun control. We have tons of gun control, and this stuff is still happening. And why is it happening? Because you're not holding these people accountable for what they do. You had a man who was accused of murder. He's alleged, you're innocent until proven guilty, but he's accused of murder, had bail. Bail was reduced. They released him. He goes out and kills someone else. These kids should not be on the damn street at midnight. And here's a kicker. The cars that they showed up in were all stolen. They showed up in 3 cars. All 3 cars were stolen by them. And your police chief was talking about, I don't believe in mass incarceration. Well, you need to have mass incarceration. There are some people you just can't help. But coming back to the crutch of my argument, gun control is not preventing any of this, but they want more. They're going to want more gun control because of this. The Ohio situation, I don't know if they hit anybody. Nobody's come out and said they were injured by the gunfire. But if people had been injured, once again, the calls for gun control would be louder. But we have gun control that covers everything that they did. What else could you possibly pile onto that to make that situation not happen? There is nothing you can do, unfortunately, except for, here it comes, hold people accountable for when they do things nefariously, especially with firearms. Stop slapping them on the wrist and sending them back out in society to commit more crimes that you then hold the general public accountable for when they fuck up. Maybe I'm just making too much damn sense, but these 2 stories are clear examples of ignoring the real problem. And once again, holding the general public accountable for the behavior of criminals. And I saw these 2 stories, and man, I just especially the one out of Ohio, 12 and 16-year-olds. Seriously, and it's too bad. And once again, it's not a gun problem. It is a societal, cultural problem that we're having. Because obviously, these parents of these kids are idiots, and they're raising savages. There's the problem. We don't need more gun control. We need more accountability. But hopefully I clarify, so every time I say, we're not addressing the real problem, I hope that I'm making myself clear as to what the real problem is. A broken judicial system, a broken parenting system, and a cultural issue that is not being addressed. Because when you address the cultural issue, people start calling you a racist, a bigot, a whatever. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I will see you on the next one. Peace.